Hello everybody. Today we've got a Tomica haul. We got a bunch of Tomicas to look at today. One video. Well, the Tomica hauls are the ones that I really like to record. So without further ado, we're gonna pop right into this. No explaining at the start here. We got a lot to show and we're gonna get through it. First up, I took them all out of the box. So we got the GTR 50th anniversary box. This was a gift. You can pause on that if you want to read it. There is the designer of the new GTR. And that's what you get in this box. So we'll take a quick look at these cars. I'm not going to go too elaborate because I will plan on doing reviews on them eventually. But we will stick them on the turntable. Give them a whirl. Here is the 1970. They call it GTR. I don't recall this GTR being a four-door. I think that's a goof on Tomica's end. But here is our quote-unquote GTR. The representative from 1970. Red was a pretty interesting color because usually you think of the Hakosko Skylines and they're usually silver. So I don't know where red came from, but very nicely done model. And one thing I like about it is that they did do some of the base red as well. Just like that little touch of detail is perfect. This casting does have suspension, but no opening parts. Next we have the R32 in like a midnight blue. Yes, that is blue. Here. See that? That is blue. Oh yeah, that's a very beautiful blue. It is blue. Reason it's called midnight is because it looks black, but it is blue. This one does have opening doors. And oh yeah, and if you do open the doors, you can see in the door here, it's blue. It's a lot lighter in there. I don't know why. This is a different casting than that police one that I reviewed a little while ago. This is a retooled casting. That police one is the original one from the 90s. Remember, it was a little whack. It sat very high, and it had those big mirrors. Well, they got rid of the mirrors, and they lowered the stance, which I think pretty good update to the casting. And I know, especially now, that Tomica is trying to move away from opening parts, which there's a reason for that. I'll get to that. I'm happy that they did keep opening doors on this GTR. Next we got the 2020 R35 with the 50th anniversary deco on it. See, we're already familiar with this with the Hot Wheel one. But the Tomica one's just a little more precise. And if you want to get even more precise after this Tomica one, TLV has one, Aerocar has one, so definitely a lot of options for the 50th anniversary of the GTR. That was some big news last year. This one does have opening doors. This is the same casting as that orange one you guys might see at Walmart. It does have the metal dashboard. I think the R32 did too. So they do that metal dashboard to give weight. I think it's really only done on the cars with opening doors, though, because I look on the R35 Nismo, and it does have a plastic dashboard. So this is much lighter than the more lightweight than the R35, the stock standard R35. But the Nismo one is really nice. The spoiler and all. Yeah. You don't see much Nismo cars. Hot Wheels did do the decos of the Nismo, but they're not technically the Nismo body kit. So here we have the GTR with the Nismo body kit with the red trim. Yeah, this is a fairly new casting. It was just released last year, or actually 2019. 2020 just started. It could still technically be last year. Alright, moving on to some... That was the GTR box. Now we'll move on to some singles Tomicas. Well, that's the rest of this video will be about. These are a couple more gifts. This is the Toyota Century. Now, it does have a... I think this is a Japanese... Or not Japanese, no. It is a either Chinese or Korean packaging. I don't know what's up with this. But when I did take this Century out of the package, it was very lightweight. It feels very light to be a Tomica. It was weird. And you can even hear it. It sounds cheap. And when I do the suspension, and the suspension really easily, like, it just doesn't feel right. It feels very light, cheap. So I don't know why. I don't know if it was just the casting. Actually, I know it's not just the casting. I think it's the Chinese version of it is built differently for their standards or something. Because I do have the Japanese release of it, and it is different. So we'll take a look at that. But we just got a couple more to look at. We'll put it to the side here when I take out the Japanese one. We got another Chinese Tomica. This is a... Well, it's not Chinese. It just says Asian release. It says sold anywhere except Japan, even though the writing's all Japanese. I don't know. What is it? Oh, it is Chinese. Hong Kong. There's Hong Kong up there. So this is a Toyota Costa minibus. Now this one does require you to put stickers on. It does require you to put stickers on. So all the decals are stickers. That all the decals except the headlights and grille trim and but like all the wording up here, that was all stickers. That sticker front here. This one down there is supposed to go on the window, but I made that a license plate. Oh, I'll sneeze. So here's the Costa. I'll slide the door open. Door does slide. And lastly, before I get some actual purchases, these are more like Christmas gift. Here is the Haito-shan, or Haito bus. Haito-shan is in Japanese. It's Haito-shan. But this is the Haito bus. I think it's a tourist bus in Japan. So it is a double-deckered bus. Now, this is a old casting. They've been doing this since 2015. So yeah, it's still being produced today. I don't know. But it's all sticker. And now that's one thing they do. I don't know why. They do really nice details on like cars and stuff with paint. But buses and trucks usually get stickers. But they are really nice stickers. They ain't going to peel off unless you just rip them off. But the side stickers come with it. But this little one down here, this roof one, and the whole back end sticker you have to put on yourself. So, yeah, here is the Haito-shan. So that's that. So yeah, we'll get to the Japanese version of the Century now. I did get it on eBay. It came in a lot of 2 cars. I was mostly buying it for the other car. We'll get to that. But I didn't know this lot had the box to the Century. It wasn't shown. It was just the Century and the other vehicle, which I'll show in a second. But yeah, so you can see the difference between Chinese and a Japanese box. It's obviously the language. Actually, the Chinese one doesn't even have Chinese on it, except for down here. But yeah, they're very different. especially on the back. Bunch of different stuff, legal stuff. But the real oddity that comes in here is that the Japanese Century has some weight to it. It is heavy. The Chinese one is light. And if I take the Japanese one here, and you can feel the suspension. It's like actually, you can feel it as a force. It's pushing back at you. This one, it's just easy going. But this one actually feels, and I mean, not really stiff. I mean, I guess stiff. But it feels, I don't know, it's hard to describe it. I was looking, this one could have a metal dashboard. No, it's plastic. But I don't know why this one's heavier. I don't know why the Japanese version is heavier than the Chinese. I don't know why those differences are made. Maybe something with the mandated toy production for China. I don't know. Really don't. But what led to this experiment to happen was the other car in the lot with that Century. But this one I did not have, so that's why I was after it. They call it the Land Cruiser 70, the Toyota Land Cruiser 70, aka the Toyota Hilux. This was a special edition of the Land Cruiser / Hilux. So it's very an odd vehicle. Well, it's built odd because this back part's plastic. And then, like, look at the door. It looks like the wheel well would be right there. So it's like almost a modified a Land Cruiser. That they cut it up and turned it into a truck. So when I do a review on this, I might have to do some, what's the word for it? Googling. Research. I have to do some research on this one when it comes time to review it. But this one does have the opening doors. There. Okay. Got all that out of the way. Now, I got a package just yesterday from a guy I know in Japan who is also my dealer. But, you know, we have very nice conversations. It's not just buying stuff. We do talk a lot. So I could call him a friend. He is a friend. He's a great guy. And I recently just got a massive box from him that I paid for. It wasn't a gift. I paid for it. This was my December purchase from him, because I'll buy stuff from him every month. So this includes the December Tomicas and also some used ones, which this time happened to be all minivans. Because if you guys remember the other cars that I showed, what was there? The Nissan Stagea and the Super WRX. You guys remember last month. But so we'll start with the used cars first. Starting here with the Honda. No, that's not a Honda. Oh, it is a Honda Stepwagon. I was thinking, there's a lot of Mazdas here. I was thinking this was the Mazda. No, this is the Honda Stepwagon. So it is a little beat up. I don't know if I will restore this one, mostly because of this color here. I don't know what this color is. It's like a very blue-gray trim on the side here. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I could replicate it. There it is on the base too. Right there on the base. So that's really what's holding me back from restoring this. But it is such a nice casting. I can look at this one a little bit more because I won't be doing a review on it. Door slides open. It's very stiff. Taillights are just chipped off. When was this released? 1997. Looking pretty good for its age. Yeah. do really like the Japanese minivans. Well, the JDM minivans, I should say. Some of the ones you get in America are questionable, but... And this... Alright, so that was the only Honda Stepwagon, but then I did get 3 Nissan Elgrand's from him. These ones, seem like they'd be pretty easy to restore. Actually, one I'm not gonna, the other 2 will. This one I will restore. It's pretty, seems like it'd be pretty easy to restore, you know, because it's the 2-tone white and silver. So you paint the white, the top white, bottom silver, boom, done. But yeah, I do have this one already. It's, I mean, if you want to call it mint, it is. The wheels are a little bent, but who cares? But this one actually is damaged enough for me to repaint, so I will. Next up is a black and gray Elgrand. Now I actually have the exact gray color there that I can use. I actually used it on my S13. The bottom trim on the S13 there. So this one will be pretty easy to restore. Just paint it all black and then mask off. Well, actually, I should paint it all gray first. You should always paint darker colors on top of lighter colors. So we paint it gray first, mask off the bottom, and paint it black. That'll work. The door, I think I'll just repaint it anyway, just to make it all match. Because new paint will be, obviously, it'll look different than the older paint, because the older paint will be dull and scratched. So the door does open on this one. And now actually, I can get a little pair going, because the Toyota 8086 was, the real vehicle was released in a similar 2-tone like this, actually the same exact colors, black with the gray on bottom. So I will be painting one of these when I get an extra. Actually, I do have an extra too. This is not extra. So I will be painting it when I get to it this summer. I've got a lot that I want to do. I've got all these Tomicas I've been grabbing to restore. So this Elgrand goes on that list too. Should be pretty easy. White's usually harder to paint. But here's one that for now I will be keeping original, because it's not bad at all. It is the white Elgrand. The trim on the bottom was scratched up a little bit, but I noticed it was the same color as my silver Sharpie, so I touched it up, and it looks pretty good. I might have to miss a spot, but it does look pretty good if I would get all the spots. But yeah, this one I'll be keeping original, you know, because the really only chips are up here on the roof, nothing too crazy, and I think some scratches on this door or something, I don't know. But yeah, that one is almost perfect. I won't be touching it. We'll go park it into the Tomica town downstairs. Although, these minivans don't have suspension. That's why the wheels get bent so easily. So that's one thing that annoys me about them. So that was the 3 Nissan Elgrands. Now, we got 4 of these guys here. They are Mazda... what are they called? Mazda Bongos. Friendies. The Mazda Bongo Friendy. Spelt friend with 2 E's at the end after the D. I don't know. I don't understand Friendy. Right there, I don't know. The Mazda Bongo. These are, I don't know, one of these has to be from 95. One of these has to be the original. I don't know where all them were first released. But here's the blue. Now these ones are harder to restore because of their graphics on the side. Now this blue one I could restore, I mean, if I'm not too worried about the graphics there. I just have to find the correct blue. There's the Mazda Bengo. And, oh yeah, one feature about these guys, they are campers, so the roof pops up. Look at that. Awesome. So yeah, you can pop the roof. Don't they usually have beds up there or something? I don't know. I know that the Volkswagen buses had similar configurations. But there we go. Little camper van. And we got another one. This one might be the only one I will restore, just because it's so bad. The roof is crooked, first of all. The gray top up there is crooked, it's not on right. And look at that, it's missing almost all its paint. It's probably missing 50% of its paint. Maybe 30%, I don't know. But, yeah, I do have an exact green that I can pretty easily replicate this with the green and silver. So, not too worried about that. Yeah, the silver, I can easily replicate that. That's probably the same shade as my Sharpie. I could probably just go touch that up right now. But yeah, I can get that green metal flake, no problem. I'll put the roof down. The roofs sit really flush. I do like that. And then next, this one I do really like. I'm very not happy about the wear on this one, because take a look at that side graphic. I love that side graphic there, but the messed up paint ruins it. So I won't be touching this one. I don't think I will, unless I can get some touch up or something for it. But yeah, I do like that side graphic. Or if a water slide decal can be made, that would be great. But I think that is such a... I mean, someone could do it. But that's a very complex design. Actually, I wonder if it's the same as... Is this the blue the same? No. Not the same as this Primera. Dang it, because I have a color the exact same as this Primera. That would be easy to restore because I got the color right on hand. But, yeah, this one I need to find the color for it. Hoping that it won't be too hard to find that. But yeah, I'd have to... That decal, I don't know. I do like that. And lastly, this one is in mint condition. It is minty. I don't know... Oh, there we go. The roof doesn't stay... Of course, the one that's mint, the roof won't stay open on. It doesn't open as wide as them all. See, because that's full, but it drops. So we'll just shut it. But look at that. That is mint. This one, yeah, we won't be restoring this one. No. We won't touch this one. We're not going to put any drop of paint on this guy. No, no. Oh yeah, just have a little graphic down there. Gotta love these vans. Alright, so that was, what, 8? Is there 8 of them? Yeah, 8. 8 little minivans / camper vans. Now for the last part of this video, the December Tomicas. Yes. I think this month was a home run. A great way to end off 2020. All Toyota. All 3 cars they did were Toyota, actually. But yeah, well that didn't make sense. All the cars were Toyotas. They did a couple trucks, but a military truck, not my thing, and a moon truck. Yeah, some truck that drives on the moon. I don't know. That's not my thing either. But yes, the cars. We will grab them. Where do I start? Let's start with the Lexus. This is the last time you'll be seeing the new for 2020 logo. This is the Lexus RCF Performance Package. And this will bring into my discussion about no more opening parts on the models. Well, they haven't confirmed that they're ending opening parts, but throughout 2020, we have seen, like, I think 2 new models with opening tailgates, and that was it. And what's the name? Aston Martin had opening doors. But, so 3 new models with opening parts out of the 24 that they released this year. So this one does have suspension. So they're keeping the suspension. That's what they're known for, the suspension. But the reason why they're ditching opening parts is because they want to make the castings look more detailed. If they're saving a couple bucks without making the opening doors, then they can add a little more money into the detail on the car themselves to make them look a little more realistic. So that's why a lot of the cars this year had lensed headlights, which is a detail us collectors love. We love our lensed headlights. And this grill's a separate piece too, I think. And the spoiler's a separate piece. Yeah, they still use the same wheels. Some people don't like the wheels. I don't think they're that bad. I love them. Taillights. Now this is actually this is the 3rd Lexus that Tomica has done. Lexus is, I guess you could argue they're American cars, because Lexus isn't really a thing in Japan except the LFA. So, they do have a Lexus version of the Toyota Hiace and the Crown, which are only in Japan, but it's still a Crown. But this is something that we would see in America, the LFA here. I don't know if they would get it in Japan. I would assume they would. Usually Tomica, when they do these basic cars, they are taking notes from the real car. So if it's sold in Japan, they will get it and do the design off of the real car. So if you can't get it in Japan, most likely you won't see it as a Tomica. That's why we don't see Teslas. Well, they do get Teslas in Japan. They just don't like them. No, what's the word? They're scarce in Japan, actually. That's the word, scarce. Like, they are sold in Japan, and they have the opportunity to buy them in Japan, but not a lot of people do. Don't know why. They like innovations, but I guess they don't like Tesla. Well, most of them, it's for patriotic reasons. They like to buy Japanese cars. I'm getting off topic. This is the Lexus, number 84. I think, this Lexus replaces the Toyota Velfire. I still need to get that. Dang it. Want that Velfire. Put that to the side. Speaking of crowns, the other car this month from the basic range was the Toyota Crown. And Tomica did tell us that there will be a police car pack sometime this month. And I have no doubt in my mind that this Crown will be one of the cars in that pack. They will do something with it, maybe undercover or an actual police car with a livery, who knows. But it's going to be there. I know for sure it will. The Toyota Crown is a event for Tomica. See, the last one we saw was in 2015. The Toyota Crown has the most representation in the Tomica line than any other car. So there are more Toyota Crowns than GTRs in the Tomica line. And like every year we see one, even if it's not a different casting, it's a recolor. And it might not be in the basic line, but in their like special sets. Like I think it was at the auto salon one year, the 2015 version. But here's the 2019 version, or the 2020 actually. So my guess is we won't be seeing the 2015 anymore, because when the 2015 came out, the 2010 just disappeared. So I'm guessing the 2015 will disappear too. Probably a good thing. That this looks better than the 2015, so. And they did make this one with some pretty decent suspension. Lately, the Tomica crowns haven't had much suspension movement, but I'm glad they figured it out with this one. And lastly, but not least, you know, yes, the Toyota AE86 Sprinter Torino Corolla GT Apex, probably one of the longest names of a car ever, and I did not say that in order. It's like, I don't know what the order is. I think it's Toyota Corolla, Sprinter Torino, GT Apex, A86. Or we could just call it Hachiroku for short, because Hachiroku is much easier to say than all that. So here he is. It was kind of smaller than I expected, but I don't know what I expected. It is supposed to be in scale, supposedly to be in scale, but I don't think they really try. It is a 1/60th scale, so it is kind of smaller. No, actually, 160 is smaller than 164. The higher the number, the smaller the car. So 164 is actually smaller, but hey, the Lexus is actually 164, so that would pair good with TLVs. The Crown is 166 though. But the 86 here is 1/60th. I don't think it's too far off from scale. It is a small car in real life, so this represents it perfectly. The OEM wheels too, yes. It's probably the only 164 casting you're gonna get these wheels. Maybe TLV, I think they've done something similar on a Honda. But yes, if you want authentic Hachiroku 86, you get this TLV, or this is not TLV, this Tomica Premium one. Mostly because those wheels, because anybody else that does an 86, they're always got quote-unquote aftermarket wheels on them. But these are the original wheels off the car. I know that Initial D kind of made us think that Watanabe wheels came stock on the 86, but it didn't, because they kept saying that's just a stock 86. No, the wheels aren't stock. So the Watanabe wheels did not come on the 86. These are the wheels that came on the 86. And I dig it. So I think we're ending on a good note here. Yeah. Oh yeah, the brown interior too. Oh, they still are doing opening parts in the premium, by the way. We still got opening parts here. And metal dashboards. That is a metal dashboard. You can tell it's painted. So the opening parts will continue into the premium. But just for the basics, they feel like they want to get more detail out of these cars. They cut out the opening parts, which I understand. Some people don't like the opening parts because they don't like the gaps that it leaves here, which I understand that too, because look, the crown looks so flush. But that is it. It does have suspension. I'm not going to do that. Oh, my complaint about the A6. Okay, we'll end on a bad note, I guess, if I want to complain. The RX-7, they got rid of suspension on the RX-7 to do the functioning pop-ups. Why couldn't they do it on the 86? It is the pop-up master. Come on, guys. You could have gave it pop-ups. Let's show you the suspension on this thing. Really, it barely does anything. I would, in a heartbeat, get rid of the suspension on this thing and give it some functioning pop-ups. But maybe they just couldn't do it. I don't know the story behind that. Maybe they couldn't do it. I don't know. But I would have liked to see some pop-ups. But that's just me. It turned out beautiful. So thanks for watching, guys. Lots of cars in this video, I know. Some quirky cars. some awesome cars. Well, they're all awesome to me, but some people like, what is a Mazda Bongo? Well, you just found out, guys. You just learned something today, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.